Hello everyone, this is Richard and I'm back with Feed the Beast episode 2. And I wanted to start out by showing you guys a village I recently saw. It's actually very close to the cave I've been exploring, which is over there in the distance. I did take a quick preliminary look through this village. There didn't seem to be anything of huge significance, but since it is a village and it's very close by, I wanted you guys to know about it. Especially I'm planning on putting the world up for download soon. So I think that would be nice to you guys if then you could know where the village is. And regarding that, I will be walking back to my base from the village, so you'll be able to know. The only good thing, really nice thing I saw so far is this, which is actually a good trap for the villagers and stuff. Also, they have the bee things there, so if I ever want to get into beekeeping, I can fairly easily. They have carrots and potatoes, which looks good. That way, once I can get my carrot and potato farm going. So yeah, I'm going to walk back to my base, because I also made a lot of changes around there, and I want to show you what they were. And on the way over, I think I want to go over a few things real quick. First of all, this episode, I'm probably not going to do anything with IndustrialCraft, which is the mod I used last time, if you remember when I was doubling the ore. Because it takes a little too long, and I, again, don't have a whole lot of time to work on this episode, as this is a Sunday, and I have to kind of record only over the weekends. So, I'm planning into getting into ComputerCraft, because ComputerCraft does not require many resources to make things in, and it's a pretty fun mod to use, especially once you get into the advanced stuff. So, yeah. One of the things you do need for it, though, is gold. So, I got some gold off camera. And hopefully we'll use that. That'll come in handy, to pick up these eggs. And yeah, there's the base there. I want to go over a lot of changes I made to it real quick. I don't want to ramble on and on forever because I'm afraid we won't actually get anything done. But I do want to go over the changes I made to the base because I have done a lot of off-camera work since you last saw this stuff. And quite frankly, I'm pretty proud of what I built so far and made so far, and so I want to show you guys. I know it's been a long time since I've done this, but that's the problem with having so many series, because I have 3 series going on right now. I have Richard Plays Minecraft, then I have Richard Feeds the Beast, and where Richard Feeds the Beast is this one, basically. And then, of course, I have the one I was doing with Snowball, which there will be more episodes soon. We just ran into a slight problem, but there will be more episodes. At least I think there will be. So yeah, the first thing I want to go over is I organized my chests, and I built this cool looking thing. Basically, under even the chest there is a crafting table, so I can use that there. Then there's the 2 furnaces. These chests are going to be for food, of which I'm finally doing well on in this series. And this chest is for random miscellaneous stuff. Also, I added a downstairs section here. And most of the chickens went to the nether, so I decided to start over with the chickens. And with the few I had left, I've moved them down here and started breeding them. So, here I have all my ores, of which you can see I have a lot. I used the doubled ore to get a lot more iron from what I'd done caving. Also, we have 2 uranium, which is pretty cool. And, this chest is just more ores continued, basically. So my chests aren't organized extraordinarily at the moment, but they're better than they were last episode, so that's a good improvement. Also, I added this kind of tier design. I was hoping to have a tiered T-I-E-R design, where basically it goes down and there'll be multiple sections like a kind of big city or base. So I'm growing corn here. I was growing wheat here, and now I'm switching it over to corn. But this is where I've been getting a lot of my food, and the base looks really cool from the side. I'll show you guys real quick. Let's see, jump here, and let me get up here real quick. Yeah, so you can see it has a pretty cool look. I really like that door there. I don't know, it just looked really awesome in my view. And, yeah, so I think I'll be back in a second, and we will get on to the ComputerCraft stuff, which is hopefully going to be really fun. Okay, I am back, and I got all the supplies we were going to need for this. So I'm just going to show you the recipes real quick, and I'm going to make a floppy disk. My plan is to make a floppy disk, a printer, an advanced computer, and a disk drive. And so first I'll show the advanced computer. The difference between the advanced computer and the standard computer is it can display colors, whereas the standard computer can't. So here we have an advanced computer, which next I'll make the disk drive, which is very simple. It's just 2 redstone and 7 stone. So now we have our disk drive. Yeah, I don't really need all the extra stuff, but that was the minimum I could make. And the printer is almost identical to disk drive, except you use an ink sac instead. And a piece of redstone there. And we've got our printer. I also made some paper. I started a little reed farm off to the side. I'll show you guys later. And I made some paper so that if we do want to do some printing. But we also need some paper for the floppy disk, which is really simple as well. It's just a floppy disk and that. I'm actually probably going to turn the volume down, the sound real quick, because that nether portal is getting a little annoying. So I'll be putting the computer stuff underground. I feel that's more suited for it. And there's a few things I'm going to do. First I'll place the advanced printer down. We can place our disk drive next to it. I don't think we'll use the printer though this episode, but it's nice just to have one. And then of course the floppy can go in the disk drive if you want to. And that's where we can store information. Yeah, see, when you take the floppy out, or you put one in that turns green, if you take it out, it goes back to blank. I didn't know that. I'm actually pretty new to ComputerCraft, but I already know a lot of programming in real life, so I'm not too worried about the programming in ComputerCraft as it's just Lua. But, so the first thing I want to do is we want to make this computer ours. Instead of saying Craft OS 1.5, I want to have it have a little welcome message and say Richard and everything. So the first thing we're going to do that is we're going to type edit and then startup. So basically we're running the program edit, which is a basic text editor very similar to like a MS-DOS one. And then it's going to create a program named startup. So now we have our blank program. And the control menu's like this. Sorry, I was holding down control there. And then you could hit exit print if we had the printer set up. But for now, I'm just going to take control away. It's basically a toggle. If you want to get rid of it, you just hit control again. And so the first thing we're going to type is term.clear. And next, we're going to type term.set cursor POS, which stands for position, of course. And we want to basically set the cursor position to the top of the screen. So now we're going to use a print statement, and we'll just print real quick Craft OS 1.5. I think that's how it prints out here. And basically it's highlighting that red, like I was telling you, it can have the different colors in the advanced computer, and that's to kind of tell you it's a string literal, which if you don't know what a string literal is in programming, it's the area inside of the quotation marks. So the next thing I'm going to type is print, oops, double T's there, welcome Richard, or welcome back Richard, we can do that. That way it's a little more personalized. And finally, you can just print whatever you want at the bottom as like a line. You could just do this. And I just want to edit that real quick. So now we kind of have this. And this is our basic script. If I hit save, because it's saved to startup, it's automatically going to run this script at startup. So now I hit exit, and I can type in reboot. And it'll say goodbye, and then it prints out Craft OS 1.5, welcome back Richard. And it does the line so we can tell what it's printed versus what we're about to type. So yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to do to get the script cleared up. Also, I want to get NPaint Pro, I'm pretty sure, which is a program by Nitrogen Fingers, who is pretty popular in the community if you don't know of him. And for that, I'm going to type this. I already had basically, if you don't know much about Pastebin or how this works, people write programs for ComputerCraft, and a lot of them, the people who write these programs, they use Pastebin, which is a very simple site that just stores text. So there's a built-in script in all the computers called Pastebin that basically can download text from that, so you can automatically get programs without having to download them to your computer and put them in the folder. And I'll just name this NPaint Pro. And I'll give you a quick tour of this. It's going to connect. And so now it's downloaded it. All I need to type in is NPaint Pro. And then whatever we're going to name our first file in NPaint Pro. So I'll name that test1. So now it's going to launch this, and as I said, it's by Nitrogen Fingers. So it shows the little splash screen. And I think you have to click through, yeah. I thought at first it was a timeout. So I'll do a quick explanation of this. Obviously I did not write this program, but it's a pretty neat utility that's been going around recently in the ComputerCraft community. Actually not recently, for a while now. But, let's go, and you can select any color you want. Say I want like a dark green background, and I'm going to hit painting, and I'll select brush. And as you can see, the size is 3, so I can completely make this background like this dark green. Which, by the way, if you're wondering, dark green is probably one of my favorite colors, kind of. If you notice in, like, remember in Richard Plays Minecraft, the bedroom I have is actually dark green wool. Whoops. See, that's the issue. It sometimes switches back if you go over top of that. So, and we'll fix that real quick. Try not to actually go over any of the color palette selection this time. So now we have kind of this dark background. And, like I could hit File, Save. I could even print this, I think. I haven't ever tried that, so I don't know if it'll actually work. But I could hit Save if I want to. So again, I'm fairly new to this. I don't know a whole lot about it, but I have a basic understanding. So I could even type like a text, write text in here. And we can go over a painting. And let's see, what is there? Is there something with a one-size brush? Yeah, there is. So then you could make like pixel art using this. Or do writing. I'm not sure if there's an undo button. I haven't really played with this much before. Painting. Clear. Oh no, that clears the entire image, so we want to hit N for that because we don't want to clear the image. But basically that's what you can do in NPaint Pro. And I'm going to hit File, and we'll save this for no apparent reason, and File, Exit. So now we're back to Craft OS, and I don't know, I'd like to try the printing real quick with this, but I haven't really ever used a printer before in this software, so I'm not sure exactly how it works. Like, I don't know what this is for. I assume you put the paper in here, or I don't know, so I don't want to mess with that for now. I might do a quick research of it, and I'll be back. So, I'll look into printing in it real quick, and then I'll be back. Hello, I am back, and as you can see, I moved the printer, actually. If you're wondering how I did that, I just simply right-click on top of it and hold Shift. If that duck or chicken won't get out of my way, calling it a duck. Because the printer, of course, has to be on the top, left, right, side, or bottom, left or right is side, of the computer, so I had to move it because there was no way it could reach it from there. I did a quick bit of research, and it doesn't look like the NPaint Pro prints the exact same way as the paper would, in that it doesn't use the printer. I think it uses a turtle. So it works slightly different. I didn't think you could really print colors to paper, and I'm pretty sure I was right with that, other than unless it was like ASCII art or something. But so I do want to show you how to print a regular page, and I experimented around with this in Creative real quick, not on this world, but in another world, and got it working. Basically, you put the ink stack as the ink, and then you have the paper. And I think you might be able to use different colored dyes, though I'm not sure. I haven't tried that. You could use maybe different colored dyes to get different colors, but I am not sure of that at all. So actually, probably just forget I said that. So let's go to Edit, and let's just make a new file, and I'll just name it test123. So we could write, this is a test. I am testing the printer that comes with ComputerCraft. ComputerCraft. And we probably actually want to put some more spacing in there. And like that. Now I can use the control menu again. Just hit print. It'll say printed one page. So you notice the paper moved from the top here to the bottom here. And this is a test. I'm testing the printer that comes with ComputerCraft. So it messed up the spacing with the lines, but that's probably because it couldn't fit the words the way I had them. I'll need to do some more research in exactly how that works. Actually, I really should move these chickens to the top again, because they're really annoying, getting in the way and everything. But I also, unfortunately, I'm going to have to end the episode real soon. But before I ended it, I wanted to show you how the floppy disks work. So we're going to exit this real quick. And as you can see, if I go into CD, or not CD, if I type dir, which stands for directory, we have disk and we have ROM. And disk is my drive that I have hooked up, and ROM is the memory that's on board the main computer. Like read-only memory, I think is what it stands for. And then we have just this stuff. That is the stuff I've created so far in the main computer memory. And under disk, we can hit CD disk. And if we go there, you'll notice there's nothing. That's why it just gives a blank directory, because there's nothing. So we can actually copy, say, a folder onto our floppy disk and then take our floppy disk with us wherever we go. Just like you would be able to in real life, except now you probably would use CDs. But if we go to cd ... which is basically cd ... means go back. So we're now going back to the main directory. And if you can see, I'm typing dir, and we're back at the main directory again. So if I want to, say, take test1.npf, and I want to copy it onto that disk, because I just loved that image so much, if you can't tell I'm being sarcastic, but I hit copy, at least I'm pretty sure this will work, test1.npf to disk/test1.npf. Okay, so I figured out the error. Obviously, you guys probably saw it as soon as I did it, and that if you look at NFP, I wrote NPF. So, basically, it works exactly like it. As you can see, I have it in the queue, or in all the lines of code you can see on the screen. So I'll do cd ... again, and then we'll type copy test1, and this time we need to type NFP to disk/test1.nfp. And so now you can see it's copied there. If I go into cd disk again, and I type dir, directory listing, it'll say test1.nfp. So now we can go back, and I can actually delete it off my computer to save space. So I could type delete test1.nfp. Just right, okay. Nitrogen fingers paint, I guess. What does that stand for? Yeah, I like to always, if you guys don't already know, I always like to try and figure out what things stand for. But so now if I type directory listing, you see we only have npaint pro, which is the program, and we have startup. And green means it's a folder, I'm pretty sure, or like a access, like drive thing. So yeah, I think that's all I'm going to dabble with in ComputerCraft for today. Though the real advantage to ComputerCraft that most people who have been playing this game is, or who have been playing Feed the Beast, is really the turtles, since they can basically be programmed and synced with other computers and can do stuff automatically for you. They're somewhat slow, but considering you don't have to do anything with them, it's fine that they're slow, because you don't have to constantly be watching them or anything, and you don't have to be doing it yourself. They could just be doing it for you. I just want to real quick take a peek and show you at the somewhat of a reed farm I have started here. It really isn't a reed farm yet, but I usually like to find like a body of water near my base and completely encase it in reeds. So that is what I'm going to be starting, and I'm probably going to hopefully try and finish over the next few episodes. Again, this is probably going to be all done off camera, as most of the boring, tedious stuff I do is done off camera. But, yeah. So, thanks for watching. I know this was a short episode. I apologize about that, but I have a lot to do today. So thanks for watching, and Richard out.